I like to see what's possible in front of the guests that I interview and offer suggestions, what I think could be the next level for them. But instead of me doing that with you guys, I wanted to see if each one of you would briefly speak into each one of your friendships and the brotherhood here and give one area that they could improve in their intimate personal lives that maybe others don't know about. You don't have to say something off limits, but something you see as possible for your brother in front of you, for them to continue to elevate to a new level, whether it's around health or personal relationships or fatherhood or money or whatever it is. So I'll let you start with each one of them, and then they get to do each one.
For Channing, I would say it's allowing himself to actually feel and hurt. He never, like when Channing wakes up, Channing, no matter what happened the day before, it could be bad. He could have to deal with something with his babies, little Chan that hurt himself. He wakes up the same every day. And for me, it's a great thing because I never feel like I have to adjust what I'm doing so Channing's okay. But then another piece of it is I forget to ask him if he's okay. I forget to say, hey man, I know this happened yesterday, you good? Or any of those things. And then every time you ask him, if you do, he's like, oh, I'm straight. Like he's just always good. And I think he feels like he has to, for us and for other people, be that way because that's what he's always done. Yeah. And I think he feels it's an expectation of him to be funny and to be happy and to brighten up a room and all of these different things because it's what he is known for. Yeah. And he never really allows himself to process through the feeling of what he's dealing with. And I think for Fred, he just needs to give himself more grace.
Wow.
You know, I think it's a lot of things like he looks at that he's dealing with and he allows those things to be very heavy on him. Wow. It's almost like they got like opposite issues, you know? Wow. And, you know, he's been very honest on our show. He's helped me grow because he talks about therapy and he talks about anxiety and he's talked about his grandmother on this show as well. And he's made me more open about sharing things, but every time he shares something, I feel like he wears it as well. And I think that's hard. I don't believe that anybody's built to shoulder everything for themselves by themselves, but for everyone else as well. And I think that would be my things that are like growth as people.
Wow. That's beautiful. How did that land for you guys?
I think it's spot on. RC, he's certainly spot on, certainly as it relates to myself, but speaking his thoughts on Channing, I agree 100% with Ryan on that, which is something I would also probably try and speak into Chan, as well as telling him to continue to just follow his heart, you know, continue to believe in, he's come to a space where he's tapping into who he is naturally. You know, with his comedic talent, you know, he's finding another part of himself, but he's also realizing in order to fulfill this life journey, I have to be selfless. I have to put my family in front of me. I'm not gonna be successful without them. So I've learned from Channing to be present. I can come and do this. We can pivot all across the country, but when I'm back home and my boys need me, because they're gonna look at me, I can't just say, what's up guys, in passing and everything's good and thinking it's okay. I have to really, you know, dig into them, ask questions and really be there. So he's taught me that. Wow. So I would just tell him, you know, just keep believing in that dream, that journey in that other part of you, because I think you can definitely knock it out the park. Wow. And for Ryan, I would just tell him to take it easy. You know, me, I'm more chill. Like, I'm more chill. That's why I'm able to carry things. I don't always show it. And I sort of, from within, I don't put my burdens on everyone because I feel like I can handle it, right? I'll go and talk in the room by myself to God or to my grandmother when I feel that burden. But with Ryan, I would tell him to take it easy. Like, he's probably the hardest working person I personally know. And he's slightly on edge a lot. So, he's backed off some, but again, it's as simple as that. You know, just take it easy, because I think he's great at everything, and that's gonna always show. Wow. But I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to say, Ryan, take it easy, when he has this underdog mentality all the time.
Yeah. Well, he was undrafted. You guys were.
Yeah, and I want to see him win. I want to see him be have his own show and host his own show and get the $10-15 million a year contract. And I want to see that for him. So it's hard for me to say, hey, take it easy, when he has goals and aspirations and he's on a mission. So
that's real though.
That's where I go.
Wow.
Their corrections is my positive of where I know I could take on the pressure of other people's things, so I do. And that's why I make that decision. Like, you're upset, so I'm gonna just make everybody else I'm gonna just solve everybody else's problem, because I'll be fine with the problems that y'all have. But with them two, and to the same point, that man works his ass off. Mm-hmm. He keeps pushing the bar for himself. When you accomplish something, you run through the finish line, you run 100, he wants to run 200. Then he runs a 200, he runs one 400. Then he runs 400, he runs one 800. Like, it's never an accomplishment where when I succeed, bitch, I'm about to go party. What we just did, we just signed a deal. Oh yeah, I'm gonna ride to the Bahamas for a second and enjoy myself.
It's kind of like what you just said about the guy selling the business.
That's me. Yeah. Give me $100 million, I'm gonna get a big boat and ride in the middle of the Atlantic and nobody will see me again.
Right.
But just pushing the bar, and I would say celebrate yourself is what I would tell Ryan. Ryan never celebrates himself. And it's as hell, you just said it too. When I was thinking about when you were asking with Freddie, he just dwells on negative sometimes. Or dwells on the bad side of things when I'm like,
seriously?
Bro, you make the finals of the Hall of Fame every fucking year, but you be worried about not getting. Do you think they're ever gonna talk about us to make the finals of the Hall of Fame?
Johnny.
We'll never be finalists.
Hey, when that junk come out, I don't even pay attention.
I don't even open the tab.
Hey, they start, when that come on Twitter, I scroll up. Well, that ain't about me.
No, that's not us. When you make it a final, you be upset about not becoming the Hall of Famer, but you're in the conversation with the greatest football players ever, and you be upset about not getting over that hurdle. Like, bro, do you understand the list you're on? You're amazing. You used to wear people's ass out. Everywhere we go, people be like,
vote.
Man, is that Fred? Is that Fred? I be like, yeah, that's Fred damn Taylor. Like, goodness gracious. But you be upset about that not being that. So it's like dwelling on looking at that.
Lewis about to start a whole different show idea.
And not looking at that.
We just,
like, God,
it's gonna be a whole different show.
I certainly 100% agree with Ryan. To an extent, I agree with Channing. And again, I do also understand that I do not have any control of the outcome when it comes to the Hall of Fame conversation. I believe they know me well enough to know that it's in my heart. Like, I can smile out here and say, whenever it happens, it happens. But they can know every time it comes around, I'm like, okay. This is it. I try not to think about it a lot, but it's something that I would like to, be able to enjoy with them, my family, friends, before I'm old and decrepit. So I want to be able to experience that. And again, not that I let it just hang over my head. It doesn't affect any other parts of my life, but it does feel somewhat of a letdown when, that final list, I'm not on that final list, but.
And when he makes it, I'm flipping my drawers on the stage.
There you go.